then he moved.
I've always
and
wanted
then-
to experience
and
the
then
glory
he
hole.
moved-
From
he-
which side?
I really laid myself in it.
Hurrahs.
Algeria is a real country. I thought it was made up.
No,
It's like Narnia.
Can I open it?
Narnia. Like Narnia.
Like no.
Yes,
Yeah. Are we opening these?
Yes.
Well, it's
I
best
can't-
have we started?
Yes, I think we started.
We've started,
We
okay.
started, yes.
Right.
Sure. Hello and welcome back. This is the Cavemen podcast, and this is the first episode in English, if you don't count the Cavemen exclusive, because we have two very special guests. And by special, I mean not in their...
You mean like special
Like
needs?
special needs.
Special
Yeah,
needs.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
They take
He
the
doesn't
short
understand
bus to
Maltese. Can I have one of these peanuts?
Yeah.
Or do you want to mention them?
No, you can-
like
you can have some.
they're a special
Hellfire
sponsor.
peanuts.
Hellfire peanuts.
Everyone remembers those.
Hellfire Peanuts. So, well,
Especially
thank you for
later on.
sponsoring this podcast. And you should sponsor our podcast as well. Hellfire Peanuts. That's a good idea. Oh.
Don't try to poach my fucking sponsor.
In the first 60 seconds.
Even these guys. Even the Stone Buena Vez are great. Look, this is how you do have this. So, what a wonderful beer this is. It's great. You have
Are you
peanuts,
nuts?
but then you have your beer.
Am I nuts? Right, is that too many?
I think so. Oh my god.
Hey, Jay.
Your asshole must be fun.
It is. It is. Believe me. It's the most famous asshole on Maltese radio.
Yeah. I can't even feel my asshole anymore.
That happened to me when I used to go to Catholic school. The first priest joke of the day.
Yes, haven't
Yes.
we all
I've,
enjoyed Catholic school in
Yeah.
our lives?
I've got a.
That's good. That's not.
That is a nice.
No, it's
that
good,
is
it's good,
Oh
it's
wait,
good,
it
it's
is a bit
good.
hot,
It's
man. You've done like
Dude,
a
I put
sinus.
6 in my. I've got sinus issues right now, as you know.
Yeah, and
We were supposed to
they
have done
had-
this episode earlier.
In Malta,
Sorry, but the
I know,
spittle
look,
just
Jay,
came out.
he likes showing off about how much heat he can take. You
Yeah.
do like to show off.
I don't
a
know if I
little bit.
show off, but I'm a bit of
Yeah,
a.
He does like to
He
show
does
off.
a little bit.
We were discussing this. We did this episode in English because you're fake Canadian.
Is that?
You tell people you're Canadian, but you have been living in Malta for
30. I'm embarrassed to say, yeah.
50.
33 years.
33
Exactly.
years, Stian.
And how long have you lived?
Almost.
And you can't speak a word in Maltese? You want us
Of
to
course I
believe
can
that?
speak.
Or jifem kollox, or jifem kollox.
Of course.
Kollox. How's that? Hey. To all my Gozo brothers and sisters out there, and cousins and family, don't worry, I'll take care of them after the show.
Yeah.
I got a beer with his name on it. Not this beer, our kind of beer. You know, where we hide bodies. Anyway,
Yeah. I've heard about this in Gozo. Okay, check my son.
leave it for one of our episodes.
Eva, yes.
Okay.
Multiverse.
Multiverse. What's the multiverse,
It's
guys?
not as cool.
Fucking
What's
three
what's the
minutes in.
multiverse? And beer sponsor. Have we already asked the beer to sponsor us? We have. Beer
I
sponsor
think these are
us.
Matt's sponsors. No.
Yeah.
Hey, Viva, Monday can
Yeah.
sponsor us as well.
Beer
Yeah?
net.
Now, can I ask you something? Because you're a fancy beer drinker. You're a
This
fancy
is
man.
not.
It's
Listen, I don't drink tea with fucking. What did you have? Salt
Semen.
and Tabasco and
Semen.
semen.
Did you put semen in that?
Mala.
That's
That's
why
why
I
you
like
like
it so
That's
much.
why you loved it. That's why.
It was salty yet earthy.
Yes.
At the same time. No, but that was just a stupid trend. This is
What
okay.
the
It's
fuck?
easy drinking this.
No, this is Malta in a fucking can. And I have
Okay,
this
why
explain
is it
yourself.
malt in a
Why is
can?
it malt in a can?
because it's very summery, and Malta's summer all year round. And it's with salt.
This really does sound like a
and
well-prepared
lime.
promotional,
No, it's
a
not.
well-prepared
No, it's
promotional line.
because-
Salt and lime. Okay.
It's because I'm an alcoholic, they said.
Okay, they
you're,
said.
you're a
they said.
functioning alcoholic.
Yeah, it's
Those
a
are
hobby.
the best kind.
It's a
That's
hobby.
a good-
It's
yeah,
hobby.
there's that,
It's a
there's
hobby. I just like to have fun because listen.
Okay, that heat is, by the way,
now it
it's
gets
also
you.
multiplying.
It's
It gets
building
you.
up.
Which did you took 6?
I took 6 and a go. 6
yes,
or 7, I think. I don't know.
But it will burn coming out as well. So
Will it?
yeah.
I'll call you
I know.
as it
I
happens.
know.
Mark my words, I'm going to call him on the toilet. If my sphincter starts to burn, I'm calling you.
Sphincter
Video
started.
call.
No, thank you.
Minispell.
No,
He's actually got a camera underneath the rim.
I'm
That's
sure.
in my basement toilet.
Because you are a pervert as well. You're in the club.
Yeah. I mean, I got a chat room called the Chat Room for Pervs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not in it.
No, you're not in that one.
You fucking
It's
bastard.
OG nerds. You're too young. These are everyone has to be born in the 70s in this group.
I'm not in it either, man.
What the fuck? You have granny porn in it, so
No,
what the fuck?
not
What
at
the fuck
all.
are you watching?
No, you're into that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
No.
Granny
he-
porn.
he has
What
the
gilfs?
face.
The women,
remember I got in trouble
you knew when you were a teenager, suck on like him. So.
Because they were MILFs back then. No, I remember Oz and I did this thing on air, and we called. No, I don't know. It may have been Lee Nicholson. Do you remember Lee Nicholson?
I do remember Lee.
Do you remember Lee Nicholson?
Jesus.
Yeah, we did this story about this what we thought was a grandmother. It was this great grandmother that was like dating some young guy and whatever. But the punchline is she wasn't a MILF or a GILF. She was a GILF, a great grandmother. I'd
What?
like to. We got in trouble. We got in trouble by the Broadcasting Authority.
Why? Because it was. I once got in trouble.
Why? Can't great grandmothers have sexual intercourse?
and they
What's going
can't.
on?
And they can't be sexually attractive, Nicky.
Yeah, it's money.
They found it offensive that someone that age would be sexually active.
I think you and us got in trouble a lot of times.
I got into trouble.
He got into
With
trouble.
the- with the
Loads.
We did get into trouble, but for really stupid, not for the things that
Listen,
we thought we were going to get in trouble for.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
you won't beat me. I got
Go
a
on.
750 euro fine from the Broadcasting Authority. I did. So it was nothing sexual, no drugs were mentioned, nothing. So I had a small, you remember I used to do a car show?
Revved.
Yeah. And we had one episode which had a historical documentary about BMW, how it started and how it's
I know why
today.
they sent you.
Yeah.
Recount.
Advertising.
They told me you cannot make a documentary on something that exists. What the fuck does that even mean? It's
You can only
750
make
euro.
about something that does not exist.
What the fuck?
That's the most made-up rule
How
I've
can you
ever
make
heard.
up? No, also, how can you
It's
make up a
just the
documentary?
stupidest
If it's a
thing.
documentary, how can you document something that doesn't exist?
Yeah.
They told me you can.
It has to be historical in the past.
I used to.
You cannot buy a BMW anymore, for example. They told me since you mentioned it and you can
I
buy
should
it.
reklam. I should
I
reklam
should
in there.
reklam.
I told them
Actually,
that
you
in
gotta-
some countries you can buy women. Shouldn't I have
the
women on the
document-
show, for example? Oh my god, I got even
Did you
more trouble.
did you go in front of the panel? Did you go in front of the
Yeah.
the 9 chairman panel?
Yeah, and there was the representative from One TV back then. That was so stupid. They told me the only way you can do it, and it is recorded now. If you see the season, the entire season, you can see the point where we started getting a lot of these kind of fines. They told us the only way you can get away with it if you write message promozionali
Yes.
At the top.
So we did it every single time. Every single fucking time we
Why
just
not?
left it there.
Why not? Did you have to pay the fine?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes, yeah,
But one paid the fine, so.
Yeah.
No, I used
Wasn't
to
a
get. I used to
problem.
get. I went in front of the Broadcasting Authority. I think I got a few times in front of the Broadcasting Authority. Actually,
For you.
a few times.
You were doing
because
your job right.
I was doing my job because first I was on Capital Radio. The station was in Maltese. So where's this guy? He could be on XFM saying dick or penis. In Maltese, if I say pene or qualcosa not allowed, what is mean?
You believe
they
it?
Were, they were
Double
really
standard.
They were really. Oh,
Because
not if
it's
you
a-
say pene, but for example,
Well, if you
Sidde-
said zup,
Say
for
if you
sure.
said zup. Once we had a guy who, by mistake, he was talking about the coach of the Italian national team.
Oh, yeah, I
Or
remember it was-
Bisbal, instead of saying Dino Zofkin, like his
Zoff,
name.
that's right.
And the guy, it was a Sunday morning, and I said, Miskin killed on us, and he just went. Coach Statino Italian, Dino Zop, and then he realised, and you could hear it on
my
air. He was
God.
like, "Scusate, but it's not Zop." It's like, you just said it again.
Oh my
But
god.
that time, I remember going in front of the broadcast. I can't remember the word. I know I said penis before. I don't know if it was, but I can't remember the word. But I said the word, and the broadcast authority said they actually. I had to go in front of the board. I can't remember who was there.
Yeah.
And they said no. I didn't look at my. And I'm like, dude. I mean, since once they took me in front of the broadcast authority because there was a story about Madonna taking her top off, and because Madonna was getting older. That is mean, I said, what is that? I was like, wow, Minjaf, imagine. I said, she took her top off and she burst out crying. And then everyone was like, why do you think she burst out crying? It's like, well, maybe she tripped over her nipples because, and that was a problem. Like,
Wow.
since, it's like, that wasn't even Vicenzoea.
No,
And they said,
by
it was-
today's
and they
standards,
said
it's
that, they said
tame.
that was offensive to older women. I'm like, it's not though. I mean, it's obviously a joke. I'm not telling
How
you.
is
Like,
it offensive? Like, for fuck's sake.
It's
Because-
just gravity and
Well,
age.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. So, because gravity's offensive, so fucking take Galileo to fucking. So yeah.
I'm surprised your fine was only $750. Usually they came in at around $900.
Because it was the first time.
No.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we got 3 fines in one go, all at once.
Oh my
For 3
God.
different infractions. So that's 900 plus times 3. We got 2, and we had to pay for 1. And one of them, again, message promozionale. Because my partner at the time mentioned what his favorite. Oh, my favorite burger is the so and so and so and so. I'm not going to give them a free plug
But you
here.
can't. But you can't. But if you would like a plug on the Multiverse,
Yes.
whoever's favourite burger it was,
What the fuck?
get in touch because we're looking for sponsors to sponsor our podcast.
So basically, you came on my show, try to poach my sponsor.
Yes.
And
Yes,
it's
I mean,
a one
this is
long-
the point.
Before we
one
leave, we're
long
going to
fucking
watch
plug.
our intern as well. We're
Yeah.
taking her.
Yeah, so we're taking everything.
It's more fun on our side, don't worry.
And these lights, Kiko, if we can take these lights.
Oh, he's bringing more stuff out.
Hey,
Fuck off.
prosa.
Yeah, beer.
Oh, it's the next one.
Brewdog.
Yeah.
Brewdog, tell
Now
you.
we've all heard of this one. Why is it called Lost?
It's a planet first lager. This is you're actually doing good
By
to the
drinking
planet
this.
by drinking this.
Oh, I
Because
can get down with that.
So this is like, we're basically Greta Thunberg.
exactly.
So this
Exactly.
is what...
It's the Greta Thunberg
It's
of
the
beers,
Greta
ladies
Thunberg
and
of
gentlemen.
beers.
But without sand in our ass.
I mean, dude, don't knock it until you've tried it.
Yeah. Oh, he's having more. Look.
I could, because with beer you need to eat. And my dad Liba, he gives us this stuff to eat.
I couldn't give you good snacks.
So it's like
Painful
Is that,
snacks.
so you're actually saying Hellfire isn't good snacks? Hellfire, this
That
is why you
is-
should come onto the Multiverse. We would never say that about you. We think this is wonderful.
Let's read the ingredients first of all.
That's painful as fuck.
Carolina Reaper chili. And who cares what else is in it? Once you say there's Carolina Reaper chili, that's game over.
I need to get closer to this mic. Process.
Yeah. Salt's okay. What's the sugar like?
Is the sugar bad?
Yeah,
For him, yes.
Not that
Sugar's bad.
Yeah, everything's bad for me apparently.
Neither.
There we go. I'll take a few more.
So what were we talking about? We were talking about
The Broadcasting
grannies.
Authority.
The Broadcasting Authority.
And the state
You
of-
know, because
Won't be long before their authority extends to the internet.
So
No, it's impossible.
I know.
You
Because,
say
look,
that.
but no. Look, there's always a way out, and the way out, and they really know about this. If, for example, all of my shows, they're all hosted in different countries. So if there's a law in Malta, technically speaking, the show is streaming from Cyprus.
Yeah,
or France, or France.
He wouldn't do this in North Korea. He wouldn't be like, I'm in North Korea, but technically the show is in Cyprus. Oh, you wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
They still shoot you. They still shoot you.
Yeah, it shoots you and your fucking kids.
That's it.
But they can never get around that.
You know,
That's the
but
difficult
to be
thing.
fair, honestly, with the Broadcasting Authority, there are certain things like the fact that there's the political parties have got. So we're talking a little bit serious now. Political parties have got stations and shit like that. That's the sort of shit that the Broadcasting Authority should be looking at.
But they don't.
But they don't. Oh, so I mean.
So they pick on the others.
So
No,
they
te-
pick on me for talking about Madonna's nipples. Shut for you now. Although this was a very long time ago. so.
Technically speaking, it's a business basically. It's just another
Yes.
way to get fines and get more.
Well, there goes
money.
there goes my chance of ever being a board of director at the Broadcasting Authority.
You don't speak in Maltese, so
There's that.
But for a high-paying government job, I'm gonna have to blow
But
my
for a
nose because
high-
these things
For a
are.
high-paying government job.
your age is showing.
Then this facade will drop.
Yeah.
Och jibda jkellmek bil-Malti jisa Oliver friġieri qabel ma miet.
But see, from,
Now it's hot. Now you're feeling it.
Yeah. Were you just
that's
taking one at a
spicy.
time?
I think I took 2 or 3 now. One go. But my tongue is, yeah.
I admire you. I admire you. The lengths you take to try to poach my sponsor.
We'll
But
do
it's all
any-
his fault. I blame him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. We need to start making money off our podcast. This is the problem.
Yes.
But the
At the moment, we're
problem,
not
we're in
making
debt.
money.
Yeah, but-
we need money, and there's only one way we can pay off this debt, which is sexual
Only
favors. And look at this man. So we need fucking sponsors, dude.
yeah.
Don't judge a book by its cover, my friend.
Well,
Yeah, I
unless
I got tricks.
And by tricks you mean a long penis or?
Well,
not that long.
I wouldn't say long.
Not that long.
It's average.
But it is chody.
It's average in South Korea.
It is chody though. We have also, if anyone would like to see a picture of Jay's penis, please get in touch with the Multiverse. and join
That's
our
a whole new
Multiverse
level.
Patreon.
That's
Our
a whole
Multiverse
new-
Patreon.
That's a whole new tier on the Patreon, all right?
If you give us €8 a month, you will see Jay's penis at least 3
Although
times
you
a
pay
year.
me to watch your dick.
That's true. I'd have to pay him, yeah.
Yeah.
How much would you pay? How much would you wouldn't pay to see Jay's dick?
No, he has to pay me.
But say that, like, honestly, he's a broadcasting legend.
Thank you.
Give what
I
XFM,
know.
give what Island Sound, and you wouldn't pay to see his
Do you
dick.
remember Island Sound? Did
No,
that station name
no,
ever?
no.
Nobody? Really? Nobody here? Anybody here remember Island Sound?
Nobody remembers
Nobody.
Island Sound.
Wow.
No. Do
One-
you remember
one-
do you remember
101.8.
XFM? Do you remember XFM?
101 is
Wow.
Why?
Island Sound.
Island Sound Radio,
So when
101.8.
was this? In the 70s?
Well, it launched when all the private stations were launched.
Island Sound was one of the reasons I wanted to get into radio, man. So 2 reasons. When I was a kid, I lived in England, and I used to listen to a DJ called Steve Wright, who died about a few weeks ago.
recently.
Yeah, and I thought he was the funniest person ever.
He was a legend.
So when I was about 8, I was like, so this guy, not only is he funny, also he was interviewing a woman called Samantha Fox, who was
Oh,
there it
shit.
is.
So as an 8-year-old, I'm like, this is a woman who's got massive tits. She's being interviewed by this guy. He's also really funny. This is what I want to do in my life. So that was one thing. Then we came to Malta when I was about 10. There was nothing. It was Radio Malta
Yeah.
and Iromance and Charles Arrigo and all of it. It was horrible.
It was a total monopoly run by the government.
And then a couple of
Yeah.
years later, Island Sound opened.
Yeah, Island Sound,
Bay,
the original
Bay.
Bay Radio before
Yeah.
897 Bay.
Yeah.
It was on
2.6, yes.
Yeah, Bay, Smash, Live FM. They all opened.
They all opened around the same time.
Around the same time. Yeah.
I mean, I think Island Sound and Bay, there was like a week difference between them. Something
literally, yeah.
And then I would listen, and the guys on Island Sound were really fucking funny before he
Yeah.
came on.
Before
This is before him. But there was and Colin Fitz.
I remember the XFM, the whole Big Breakfast show. I remember listening to you on the big drive home.
Murder.
It was a nice.
But that was recent.
era.
That was recent. That was
yeah, but
only.
you're talking about the 40s, so the fuck talks
Yeah.
about the 40s.
And then, so I was the
You old cunt.
miskin.
I don't mind.
Miskin.
I'm only 51. Shit, that sounded worse than
Yeah.
it sounded.
Wow.
Actually, yeah.
Wow. So,
You're older than some companies here in Malta.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I'm older than all the gaming companies in Malta.
He's
Yeah,
older
that's-
than
that's
together.
Dude, he's older than some countries.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe became independent in 1981. You're older than Zimbabwe, man.
Damn.
And he was already working in 1981.
Probably. I mean, cousin and dad, right? So he put me to work real quick.
Yeah.
I didn't mind though.
Yeah. So we've been
should
on
see my-
radio for
I
a
have
long
to
time.
talk
You
about
should see
this.
my comic book collection. Since I've been working, I've been buying comics since I was, 10, 11.
But wait,
With my own money.
but did you buy them from the back in Canada
Yeah.
or yeah?
Yeah.
Because in Malta,
no
the comics
stickers on them. No price tags on them. When I first saw, I remember when I think it was Agenda started selling comic books. I think they're the only ones that sell them. I don't know. But
right now, no one
no
is
one's selling
them.
them. But when they were selling them there, I remember looking through them. We brought back nostalgia. And price tags on all the comic books. I goes, do you realize what you guys are doing? It's like you
fucking the
totally
comic.
devalue these comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I mean, look, back in the 80s and 90s, all we had was fucking Beano.
Beano,
the shit comics from the UK. But
I fucking love the Beano.
they were shit.
I fucking love the Beano in the top. I still got my top. There was Beano, Dandy, and Topper. I still got
What's Topper? I don't know that
Topper
one.
was like, there was Tricky, Dicky, Beryl, the Peril,
I like that.
Jimmy Jinx,
But
and
you're-
what he thinks.
you're
I fucking
biased.
love this
Jimmy
shit, man.
Jin. What about the fat slags? What were they on?
No, that was Viz.
Oh,
Viz is
now
awesome.
we're talking.
Viz
You
is
love the
awesome.
Viz.
Viz is
Tell 'em
awesome.
about the
I mean,
Viz.
you pull my finger. I mean, if you don't. Oh, thanks. Right, so Viz.
This is the kind of.
This is the kind of content you can expect
Does it
from
burn?
the multiverse. It
Does
is.
it burn?
It's.
There's a little bit of heat there.
I have it here. You know. That's
a
what
little-
she said.
there's a
But I
little
have
bit
it
of-
here. I feel it burning right here.
There's a little- you know what's
see, I'm
really
not
good.
the most
You know what's
disgusting
really.
one.
You know what's really good for I don't know.
Jizz.
Jizz. Tirnara, Andik.
What?
On tap? Do you have jizz on tap?
Hey, my next jizz. Oh, yeah.
No.
Brewdog. My social talk. Can I give you
No.
my social talk bot liver now?
Pule.
Okay, well that's our chances of getting these as sponsors. On
Yeah.
I think that's over.
Well, do I know the guy that imports this? Is it the guy I've met?
Of course, Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew. He's a Matthew as well.
Yeah.
Matthew, Tina sponsor.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
The guy I called you last time when I go to Matthew's, I get.
Yeah, I
really
was afraid to
fucked.
come that day. That's why I didn't come.
I was texting you. I told you.
Come on, you old pussy.
Yeah. Then I got really fucked up really quick.
Yeah,
Because
good.
there was an Australian guy.
Hot dick.
I'm a surfer. The
Oh,
typical,
shit.
the stereotypical Australian lad.
Was he wearing tongs as well?
Yes.
He's got his tongs
There,
on
the feet.
the
Awesome.
feet.
Yes,
Tongs
yes.
and flip flops.
Dude,
He
I'm just,
doesn't know me. He just comes. Do you want a joint? Yes.
How could you say no?
Yes.
I mean, that's Australia.
You had me at hello. And I
He
got
didn't
really
even say
You
hello.
had me a joint.
He didn't even say hello. He didn't even say
got
hello.
fucked up.
And you smoked it in your own private residence, Ushak,
Yes.
because that's legal.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
Say no to drugs.
Have you ever been to Australia?
No.
he just got back from...
literally got back 2
I
weeks
know,
ago.
I know.
Yeah, so I was.
You've been touring, and I saw you posted something about Bulgaria. You have a
I'm
show
off to Bulgaria
there.
Well, I don't know when this is coming out, but I'm
think-
going to Bulgaria on the 4th of July. So I've got
Okay,
a show
I
on the
think
4th
it's
of
in
July. So
time.
I'm going on the 3rd
That's
of
future.
July.
That's future. It's
I'm
coming
going
out.
on the 3rd of July.
Nice.
Yes, so I'm
So you're
Bulgaria,
performing
lots of-
for the troops, the American troops, in Bulgaria on the 4th of July.
I
Jesus
think
bless
so.
you.
Thank you. It's this
COVID.
stuff. It's this. I think it's expats. It's in English. It's not in Bulgarian. So if I got, I thought you were going to give me a tissue. I'm like, I reckon we're all right.
This was already used. I don't think you want me to
So I've.
give it to you.
Has anyone got a tissue that's not jizz stained at all?
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. It's this. It's the hellfire, dude. It's the hellfire. It's the hellfire. It's getting into my body. Okay. What are we talking about? Yes, I'm going to Bulgaria on the 3rd of July. I will go. I've got a show on the 4th and on the 7th, I think.
Nice. Whereabouts?
Sofia and Bansko. Bansko?
Sofia's good.
Bansko?
I don't know that place, but Bulgaria is a beautiful country, huh?
I've never been before.
I've never been, but I have a friend who lives there, and he sends me pics all the
It's
time.
very amazing. It's so natural,
And they've
the
got
landscape.
some of the fastest internet speeds I've ever seen in my life.
This, and apparently loads
Honestly, I'm
of
not
people,
even
have moved,
bullshitting.
loads of people have moved to this place.
You know
Bansko.
which country in the world has the best internet speeds? And
Estonia.
No, Romania.
Romania, well, right next door.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
They had
How about Ceausescu? No, because everyone wants to see those Ceausescu videos of him being shot. So
That's a heavy video. Man. I remember seeing that video.
I saw that
when I was a kid.
I need to do.
Rotten.com. You remember that website?
Of course I remember Rotten.com.
No. So I have one of my mates who is one of the funniest people in the world. He's an
I know who you're
amazing
talking
comedian.
about. Mr. Rubin.
No, Radu Isaac. He is an amazing
okay.
comedian.
He's another
He's
stand-up
Romanian. So
comedian.
yeah, and he's Romanian. And I met him when I was living in England. And like literally, we met, and we clicked so well. He said, "I'm doing a tour of Romania in a couple of months' time. Do you want to come with me?" I'm like, "Sure." So I went with this guy who I didn't know. We did a tour of Romania. And he's got so many amazing stories. But one of his stories is that when he was a kid, he actually saw the execution of Ceausescu live on TV.
Yes.
Because it's like
over there
it was on
showed
TV and it was Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
so
him and his wife.
What else
right?
are you gonna watch?
Him and his wife.
And,
Why not? Why not?
yeah, so
it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Fuck the Queen's speech. Let's watch this asshole get shot.
And, but his stories are amazing. One of them, honestly, everyone should look him up. Radu Isaac, he's like one of the funniest people you will ever see. He's
I have
so
a question about your professional career.
Go on.
When you get booked, like in Bulgaria or wherever, do they pay for your flight and all that? Oh, good.
great. Yeah, Michelle.
That's my ouchie side. Saying,
Look,
Yeah, of course, man.
whilst we're on the theme of comedy,
Yeah.
how do you feel in being in your shoes? How
Being
does
in my shoes,
comedy feel today nowadays? Because I think
Feels
it's
good. What do you mean?
Well, recently, what's his name? Jerry Seinfeld blamed
Jerry
the woke left
Yeah.
for ruining
Hold on.
comedy.
You know how easy that is to do. It's like saying it's such an number one. Jerry Seinfeld's got a new movie coming out like now, right?
Plus, he's worth over $1 billion.
Plus, Jerry Seinfeld, his whole career has been inoffensive comedy. Like he never swears on stage.
Exactly.
So, and he's brilliant at it. So, and obviously, I'm not gonna criticize Jerry Seinfeld or me. I'm gonna criticize Jerry. No, he's brilliant at it. But for him to say you can't say anything anymore, it's like you never said anything anyway, man. You didn't need to because you're so funny anyway. So I think it's very easy for people to say, "Oh, the woke left, we're being cancelled." I don't really think it's that bad, honestly. Honestly, I don't like people who say they're cancelled. They all end up getting more money, getting bigger gigs anyway. So I don't really,
That's a fair
unless you're
point.
cancelled for doing something criminally terrible,
or like something from your past comes back to
but
haunt you.
if you've done,
Thank God I'm that old. There were no cameras back then.
Yeah.
back then, yeah, there were the pinhole cameras back then, the pinhole cameras with the black hoods.
Stay still.
No, but if you did something in your past that was criminal, if you there's been comedians who've been accused of assaulting people. Of course, you're going to be cancelled
okay, that's
because
okay
you've broken
to get
the.
cancelled.
Of course, because you're a criminal and you should be.
Yeah.
But for saying, I think people use it as an excuse. People say, "Oh, I'm so edgy." Instead of actually coming up with an edgy joke, they'll say something about, "Oh, you didn't like that? Is it too edgy for you?" It's like, no, it's just not funny enough. I think people use that as an excuse.
But on the grander scheme of things, you see it affecting fucking like comedy movies. The way they are tackling.
In Mahana, I think.
Because stand-up comedy, okay, I agree with you, because you have to pay to go watch, for example, to me, the most offensive and one of the greatest, Ricky Gervais.
I love Ricky Gervais.
But
he's
also,
offensive and he doesn't give a
but
shit.
also
That
Ricky
Australian
Gervais,
is a bit
but
more
also
offensive.
Ricky Gervais in my Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries.
But also Ricky Gervais.
And the other one, the American.
Anthony
or Canadian.
Jeselnik.
Jeselnik.
But
Yeah. I love him.
you can't compare. So this is my world, so I can talk forever about this. But
Yeah.
so this might become a bit boring. But in my opinion, Ricky Gervais is an incredible writer / comedy actor. I don't think he's a good stand-up comedian, in my opinion.
Really?
In my opinion. Now that's obviously people say Steve Healy thinks that, and I understand that where I am in the grand scale of things. That I'm down here, Ricky Gervais is up there. But what he does, I don't see it as stand-up. So I don't think his stuff is great. So whereas somebody like Jim Jeffries or Jeselnik or Jimmy Carr, although I didn't really like his last year small, or Dave Chappelle, they are like the gods of comedy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think Ricky Gervais is on that level.
Well, Ricky Gervais does what Dave Chappelle does, and in the sense, I mean, he takes the whatever is hot in the political spectrum.
Yes.
Or
But
the
I think
social
Ricky
spectrum,
Gervais's
and
He
he
capitalizes on
and
it.
he can, yeah,
Yeah, but I also think I've seen comedians who nobody knows, as in comedians just on the circuit in the UK. I've seen them do jokes that Ricky Gervais does, and I've seen them, or those sorts of jokes, I've seen them do them much better.
Okay.
Even though they're people who nobody knows, nobody who knows who this
course
person
not,
is,
yeah.
or this person is. They're just people who are just on the
Well,
circuit.
it's like buskers, on
Yeah.
the street. You'll see one.
So, but-
You'll see a busker that'll blow your mind, right? Better than half the top 20, 30, 40,
but my
50
point
artists
is,
in the
I've
charts.
never seen somebody do what Dave Chappelle does. Whereas
That's true.
on the circuit, or you'd see people who are good,
But I
then
think-
you realise that Dave Chappelle is up here.
Yeah.
But Ricky Gervais, you see him there, you see people on the circuit, you go, oh,
I think Ricky
that's the
Gervais
same.
is perfect at what he did at the Golden Globes.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
the
that kind of
Emmys.
roast thing, yeah.
my
Those
God.
things.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
where he excels.
I loved it.
Yeah,
Because he clearly doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
of course.
And he calls everybody out.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
Yeah, and that's what he
is-
does,
and he does it perfectly.
and that's what he's paid to do.
Sure.
And to be fair, like I say, I'm criticizing him. I'm nobody to criticize him. I understand, like I say, where I stand in the grand scheme of things. But back to what you said about movies, it's cyclical, so you would see that movies become more extreme and funnier. And then it's like with music, dude.
Yeah.
Music becomes more experimental. You can see, there's always a 10-year cycle. Music becomes more experimental and cool. Then becomes a bit more boring and bland.
Yep.
And then becomes more experimental and cool. And I think it's the same with movies. So I think,
Like, what's the funniest movie you've seen recently? Like that really barrel like belly laughs.
I can't remember.
I know. I think the last one for me was the Hangover. One of the first Hangovers.
I think like Naughty Nurses 4. I thought I quite liked.
You found that funny?
I did.
Which one?
Yeah, when they
I came too quick. I stopped it after.
when they put the dildo in the guys.
Che my
movie is this?
See, some Maltese for you, all right?
It was a big movie. There was Vanni Pule was in it. No, he was definitely.
What?
Vanni Pule was definitely not in Naughty Nurses 4. That the dildo disappeared and it wasn't magic.
Sorry,
but it
Conrad,
was.
by the way.
It was. Yeah. It's, he has no idea what we're talking about.
I do not
Do you
I
not
know
know who
what
Vanni
we're
Pule
talking
is?
about.
No.
Really? He was a
Vanni Pule is an amazing magician. He is a national treasure in Malta. You should bring him onto the show. He would make all these beers disappear. Like he is like he's a magician. No, not disappear. Like we're making them disappear. Just zop. Vanni Pule is one of the greatest Maltese
Like this.
people. Exactly.
Edit that part out. Sorry, did I make a mess?
With
No.
CG.
With CG. Oh, he's got more.
Actually, I didn't even
These
want
are
to
What the
say.
the-
hell are you pulling?
I didn't even want to say Vanni Pule. I wanted to say an actor. What's the name? Vanni Riolo.
I don't know who that is.
Give Mortimer Vanni Riolo Vanni Pule. So
I feel
let's just go back
extremely
for a
young.
second. Vanni Pule, I don't know if you've ever acted. I didn't even want to mention you, but I think you're amazing. Vanni Riolo.
Well, he's been on TV, so that counts as
yeah,
acting.
Vanni Riolo, I'm pretty sure he was not in Naughty Nurses 4.
Can you tell me who that person is? 'Cause I
He
don't
is
know.
an actor.
A Maltese actor.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if he's still alive.
Sounds like an Italian. It sounds like an Italian name. I'm going to be honest.
I really hope you're still alive.
are you talking about?
I really hope you're still alive.
I hope
I'm
that
a big
guy,
fan of Vanni Riolo, and I know you're not in Naughty Nurses 4. I know this. It was a joke.
I hope that
I think
Smiley
you're
is
great.
still alive.
Smiley Minu.
Colpo Grosso. Where's Smiley?
Smiler! Umberto Smiler!
Umberto Smiler.
Umberto Smiler.
Is that how you say it? Sorry.
Yeah, Umberto Smiler.
He's still alive.
Umberto
yes?
Smiler's
I
still
think so.
alive.
God bless him.
But
Umberto Smiler.
I remember.
I hope he's
Grosso.
like living in Sardinia.
Umberto Smiler. He
Loads
was a stand-up comedian.
Was he a stand-up comedian as well?
I think so. I think he
That
started out as
stash
a
was the
comedian.
best.
Loads of fucking cocaine and
What a show.
kids.
What, like, you don't remember Colpo Grosso?
Yes, of course I remember.
It was before.
But it wasn't on air when you were a child, was
no,
it?
but I
before
used
your
to
time.
watch reruns.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How else would you masturbate?
Colpo Grosso
There
was.
wasn't internet that time.
So we had
Colpo
a.
So we
Grosso
had to
was
watch
my
fucking
introduction
that
into, like, literally, it wasn't even 2 hours before I landed in Malta
So-
when I moved here originally.
That you started watching Colpo Grosso.
No, that I was told about it. Oh, by the way. Like, that was
Oh,
my
yeah,
introduction.
TV.
Guy, by the way, tonight, make sure you
Right,
tune
let
into
me
this
tell you-
channel.
so-
I go, why? Trust me.
Italia 7.
Yeah.
So let me tell you this. So I'm doing a show which has passed by already. So my last show is Jane I Suffolk, the Zopta podcast, which have come a few weeks ago. I could have promoted my fucking show.
Because you're going abroad next week,
we're doing a show called. Well, we did a show. I don't know when this is coming out. If this show is out before the 7th
did
of June,
the show. You
we
did
did the
the
show.
show.
If it's out after, anyway, come see the show if it's before the 7th of June. Mela, called Naughty Malta. And Naughty Malta is a confession show. People send in their confessions, anonymous confessions, then we write sketches about them. And one of the confessions was about a guy who, first time he wanked off was, he was trying to watch a football game, and he was flicking the channels, he was home alone, and he saw Colpo Grosso, and his life just changed.
Fuck football.
Fuck football.
Exactly.
It was like, and I could relate to this guy completely. Actually, kind of same thing happened to me. And I remember I did not know how to speak Italian because when I was a kid, I was 10. Till I was 10, we lived in England, and then we moved to Malta when I was 10. My parents are both Maltese, but we lived abroad. Then we moved to Malta when I was 10, and everyone knew Italian back then, and I would always fail my Italian exams. And my mum would be like, "You need to watch Italian TV." So she bought me. So listen to this. It's funny. She bought me a TV and put it in my room for me to watch Italian TV. And it's like,
Little did she
and
know.
it's like, oh, Miskina. And literally, it's like, okay, so 6 months later, what words do you know? Chin chin. Those were
Chin, chin. That's the theme song. That's the
Those were
best.
the
I love
only-
that.
what a song.
I used to drop that song on the breakfast show all
I know.
the time.
Oh,
Chin,
my,
chin.
oh my God, what a song.
What a great song.
What an amazing,
having
but also
another one.
what a beautiful concept for a show. Like, let's get Italian housewives and let's play strip poker with these housewives. And it's like, holy shit, man, fej huma dawn il-programmi, TVM, l-iskeda l-ġdida, fejn huma dawn il-programmi.
I tried to pitch something similar.
Vero?
They
Did
never
you?
accepted.
Yeah.
You need this guy to pitch it.
Yeah, dude, we gotta do this. Hey,
Let's do this.
I would love to be
Fuck
the
the
Maltese
wives of
Umberto
Beverly
Smiler.
Hills or wherever the
Exact.
fuck.
Women
Exact.
from the three cities.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Playing
They would
strip
strip
poker.
off.
Playing strip
Exactly.
poker. Oh
Yes.
my! Can you imagine? It would be amazing.
That's
dude.
amazing.
It would be amazing. What a show!
I have a similar story from Canada. When growing up, we had this channel called Cable 47, I think it was called. I don't know.
Okay.
It was on channel 47. It was Italian broadcast. At night, they would show Italian shows, and sometimes they would show these movies of what's his name, What's that legendary Italian
Which
director?
Celentano.
Ah.
No?
Not Celentano.
Tinto Brass.
The guy.
Tinto Brass.
Tinto Brass.
Oh,
They used to
fuck.
show these
Consolatlo Fantozzi.
and it was
Tinto Brass. Oh, Tinto Brass movies are
yeah.
the
So
best.
and growing up in Canada, TV was very
Tame, yeah?
very tame, very
Of
tame.
course.
You know, and yet there was this Italian channel. It was a multicultural channel. But at night
Multicultural,
and on the
yes.
weekends, at night, they would show these Italian movies.
Wow.
Tinto
And we
Brass.
copped on to them, you know? And you gotta watch this tonight, watch it Saturday night. And you'd see Bush. And
Yeah.
Bush, by the way, for those of you watching
It's a
at home,
band. It's a band from- it's a band from-
women.
from-
No.
No, I think
Fuck
the-
Evan Rosdale.
I think the
women
French-
used to grow their pubic hairs. And,
Yeah, we have a French intern here, so.
Oh, so
I'm
she knows what a bush
you're
is.
talking about.
that wasn't stereotypical at all. I mean, unless she's from Corsica, for fuck's sake. But anyway, so we used to watch these shows, and if you had one of those channels, this was back in the day when
Yeah.
you had the channels like click, click, click,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and sometimes it'd be a bit fuzzy.
You know about the rotator that they used to have here?
No.
People used to have. And so
Yes.
People.
Yes, we had that.
I did
The
not.
satellite.
People used to have, but not us. Satellite. Alerian.
I remember when you had the rotator, and at school in De La Salle,
I went to that as well.
they used
You
to,
both went to De La Salle?
No, I went to
they
De La
used to give us the codes on what angle and degree the satellite has to be pointed to get all those.
No,
the
before-
LMBs to
Before that,
Fucking Christ.
before that, I heard this was before because we were still in England at the time. In my meta Jake, people told me about it. People would have a little device that would be literally next to the man of the house's armchair. The man of the house would be here. We call the rotator up. And as soon as everyone would go to sleep, they don't want a rotator. Basically, so he could get these
Watch the filth.
Sicilian
Watch the filth.
channels.
The filthy porn. Yeah.
Yes.
The rotators.
I
is,
remember.
well.
Young people do not understand how good they got it.
Oh,
Because-
no.
like-
I'll include you in that, too.
No, back when I was young, to rub one out.
Yeah.
I had to watch Sicilian fucking TV at night. So
Yeah,
I
and
wait
you
for
don't
everyone
even
to
know,
fucking
and
sleep.
you don't even know, like you're just wanking to a testis, a Ross.
Testis.
You're like,
Sometimes
you're
you see
I
a
think
nipple.
there might be something. Oh, you are, Alice, they go, just go.
Unbeknownst to you, you were probably masturbating to gay porn.
Or possibly to someone selling a grillioso. But
That is fucking weird. Oh my god,
Grandioso.
Oh
my God.
Back when I was young at De La Salle, I used to.
This is one mine.
You can take it.
Whatever.
Holy treat.
Holy treat, hey.
Back when I was young in De La Salle, I used to sell floppy disks with one GIF of a blowjob
Yeah.
or a cum shot. One GIF.
And people would buy them,
Yeah,
obviously.
of course. One
of
leader.
course.
Guys,
One
okay.
leader for one floppy disk.
Stop, please. I just want to point out that right now I have nothing to do with this conversation.
Oh, fuck off! You're
My
the
first
biggest,
cousin, my flesh and blood, my cousin is the headmaster over there, dude.
That's right. And I went to school
You
with
know
him.
him.
I went to
You know
school. I
him.
was in his class.
Yes,
Wait,
yes.
wait.
Shout out to the headmaster of Dallas.
Don't mention his name, please.
Shout out
Wait,
to
tell
Dallas.
me the name.
No.
Off camera.
No,
Oh my
I'll
God.
tell you
Off
off
camera.
camera. Yes. Of the junior school. Well, anybody, who knows? Yes, of the kids. Yeah.
I mean,
right
you're
now,
trying
though.
not to identify it, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Why are you going
Cut
into
that
more
out.
detail?
He's my cousin,
Shizzle.
and I love him. Nah, he's cool. He's cool as shit, man.
He's cool. He
Oh
was my
my
prefect
God.
at school.
Was he?
He was in my class.
But he was,
and he
he's
was my
your
prefect.
age, though, right?
Was he a
He's a year
teacher then?
older because I was a year ahead because I'm very clever.
No, he went there with Steve.
So basically, Jay's cousin was in my class at De La Salle, but I'm a year younger than Jay's cousin because I'm so clever. But
Hey!
I was a year
you were
ahead.
bumped up, yeah?
I was in the same class as Conrad Mitzi, dude.
That's not impressing me at all.
No, not at all. I'm like, nah.
Tell us about this. This is where you're gonna get the ratings, mate. What? So tell us.
No, this story.
No,
You can't. I'm not.
You can't drop a bomb
I'm
like
not
saying.
gonna. I went to school with Conrad Mitzi, and that's where it's going to
Oh,
end.
bullshit, man. I
I'm
gotta know.
not gonna. No.
What did you guys do to
because
Conrad Mitzi?
I did nothing to him. I did not create Conrad Mitzi, but But also, even though Gordon Binti is not in the public eye anymore, I know he's very powerful, and I'm very scared of him. So I'm not going to say there are secrets that shall not be brought out. Oh, but on this podcast,
It's true. Save it for our podcast.
No. So that's it. So, all right, Conrad.
I wonder if he remembers
Fucking
you.
couple of bitches.
He remembers me because
Yeah.
I saw him about 4 years ago, when he was still like in politics before he found
Yeah.
God.
Found God.
He found.
Has he found God?
He found God apparently,
Or something.
But he did. I bumped into him in a bar, and he was obviously surrounded by people who look after him because he was a minister, and he was like, "Oh, Steve, all right." He said, "Ni follow jag där in seg will carry out the akatlo." And that was the last time I saw him. It was about 4 years ago.
Can we get him to sponsor our show?
Conrad,
Our podcast? It's not like he doesn't have the money.
I mean, if you would like to
Support the arts.
Exactly.
Support the arts.
Let's just move on.
Sponsor this podcast. This podcast, this one, and ours as well.
Yeah,
Multiverse.
why not? Why not? Why not?
It was fair.
By the way,
It was
is this podcast still called Cavemen?
Yeah, it is caveman.
I'm just checking.
Is that we don't know?
We are cavemen.
We are.
Let's be honest.
Perverted caveman.
Yes.
Have you got anything else to eat except for these hellfire peanuts?
No, basically this is my lunch.
This is making me burn. No.
It's the weekend, so come on.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, we need andaps on that Hobbs Bazet.
Now I've not seen that on a podcast yet.
Hobbs Bazet.
Hobbs Bazet. Sorry.
What's it called? To Jespers? Jespers!
What kind of fear do you buy? What kind of fear do you buy?
Jespers!
That's a pastis last time I checked.
That's that.
Jespers, get in touch. My man, don't shout. I can't even concentrate on what I'm saying. Jespers, get in touch. Or to the sponsor.
I know the guys there. I know the guys there as well. I'll put you in touch.
I do the
Hey Mark,
sponsor.
hey Steve, hey what's up Travis?
This has been an advert for the multiverse.
Not
This is
really.
the point.
We went for a good stretch.
We'd
didn't
like
mention
to
it.
invite you onto the show, Tal. We'd like to invite you on the show. Tina sponsor. If Tina
broke.
sponsor, we can mention Cavemen on the show.
I'm broke. I'm broke.
Oh, broke. They'll call later to flows on like 5 interns
wait,
here. I'm broke.
It's money. The sponsors don't pay me with money. They pay me with booze because.
And you drink all
That's
your
a pretty good
profits.
sponsor. Shout out to Matthew, by the way, at Beerhead, right?
I haven't mentioned it.
You haven't even mentioned it. I mentioned it before you.
Yeah, look, this
Exactly.
is why you should sponsor the multiverse,
Fuck
Matthew.
off.
You shouldn't get off this.
We would have
podcast.
mentioned you in the first fucking 30
Well,
seconds.
6 seconds.
Not
And we'd
like
be
this guy.
Man, all the time.
You're doing the voiceover for the advert.
That's fine. I don't mind. You know, I'm a voiceover whore. You know that.
He is. Anyone who pays him, he will do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyone.
Well,
who
not
pays.
anyway. That's not true.
I don't pay him. I pay him with sexual gratification.
No.
That's good.
Listen, truth be told, I'm going to be 100% legit. This guy has done so many
Behind the scenes
graphic favors for me.
Yeah.
That I owe, for the rest of his life, I will do whatever he wants in voiceovers.
Tell you. Wow.
Unless I know you're making lots of money out of it, then
Wow.
I'll say, fuck you.
Wow.
People who know me know I'm broke. So.
Yeah, that's all right then. Okay.
Wow. Tatina, graphic favor.
It depends.
Depends what you define as a graphic
I can do
favor.
We can. I mean, I've done voiceovers. I did voiceovers. I think I was the voice
have.
for Visa in Spain about 3 years ago.
Dude,
Wait,
I remember-
wait.
Listen to this. Yeah.
About 3 years ago, I got a voiceover gig for Visa in like the Visa card.
Yeah. For the World Cup.
Man, it was more than 3 years. Well, 2 years ago, man. Whatever. The last World Cup, whenever it was.
Wait, but was it in Spanish?
No.
But they did it in Spain. So there was a big campaign in Spain that I got for some reason.
I remember you did something for Visa. Was it in English and Maltese?
It was in English.
But you did
But
something
there
in
wa-
Maltese as well.
I did something in Maltese, but I've got a great voice.
His Maltese.
I've got
impeccable.
in Malta tia var
I mean,
perfekt.
Mar della Sal. What's
In
your
Malta
excuse?
tia var perfekt, det är så att.
It was a Catholic school, so.
I was a Catholic.
Is this going to air?
No.
It happened before 8 o'clock. If it happens before 8 o'clock, it's not the responsibility of the school. So
right.
7:59, Tista' tagħmlu li trid. Ma bitminja, jgħataw hekk.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
I don't. I
Why
don't think.
do I meet people like you? It's fucking the worst.
Do we bring out the worst in you? Is that what you're trying to say?
So yes, he went to De La Salle and Matujara. What happened after De La Salle?
I don't know.
He got into
Junior college, fame mort.
Yeah, I went to junior college and discovered drugs.
Oh,
basically.
really?
So, that's
Great. I
it.
have so much to look forward to as a father of 2 young boys. Thank you for that.
Once you discover drugs, I mean, everything.
everything is You discover drugs and you say no to them, Mishek. You say, oh, that's drugs. No, I don't want that. I would rather
Study.
I would rather
Since we're on the
study.
subject of drugs, how do we feel about psilocybin?
What?
The fuck?
I got a thumbs up over there. Do you guys microdose or what's going on?
Oh my god, you're killing me
Oh
today.
wow. Okay. I thought I was with an open-minded crew
Come
here.
on, yeah.
Sometimes it's listen. That's the drug of the future.
I know.
Even though it's been around for,
I know a guy.
The pharmaceuticals are gonna wrap their dirty claws on it. And sell
big
it.
pharma.
You watch, big pharma.
Big pharma.
I want to retire. I'm old as shit. I don't want to work anymore.
Oh come on, you don't work. You're paid for nothing.
What? I got
Every time I fucking text
like
you,
3 jobs, man. What are you talking about?
straight jobs, zombie.
At least 3 jobs.
Lafitte pigs doesn't count.
It brings in a good chunk of my. Anyway.
Yeah, I have an OnlyFans. My wife has an OnlyFans. She doesn't
Very
know
well.
about it though.
She doesn't.
It's what pays for all this equipment.
Nice.
Tell you.
I've been trying to get my wife on OnlyFans just for her boobs.
Just don't tell
Her boobs
her.
alone would make us thousands a month.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
If not more. She's got spectacular boobs. I love you, hon.
Next time she sees me, she's gonna punch me for no reason.
For sure.
I once, very recently actually, I said to a guy, I got a bit drunk, and there's a guy, a really good friend of mine, who's got a very attractive wife, and I actually suggested to him that and the way I said it was, and I'm very embarrassed. So
Yes, elaborate.
Yeah, you look embarrassed.
sorry, Jonathan.
Shit, he mentioned it.
I said,
We will
keep on
take it.
Jerry, that's Maratiak. And Jonathan told me, but this is when we had Liatli.
So,
Oh my god, if I'm not getting
All right.
cancelled today, I will never get cancelled. I'm sorry.
show me her Facebook account later.
Yeah, can you put her Instagram handle?
He lives in Zurich, so he's.
Jonathan from Zurich.
Hi,
Jesus.
Jonathan from Zurich.
Yeah.
Quando Claire il Marati.
He's deeply regretting it. I can see it in your eyes.
How is he regretting it? He's
I don't
just.
know. I think he is.
Oh
Claire.
my god.
Claire.
Oh my god.
Can't
Guys.
generate one. Claire.
Thank you, Beerhead, for the beer.
Yeah, man, thank you, Beer,
Thank you,
for the beer. Thank you, Jonathan.
Oh my
for Claire.
god.
Bearhead once sent us a pack to the studio, to the radio station, with some hot sauces. Mostly hot sauces, though, because he knew how much I like the hot stuff.
Yeah,
he's a-
last time I talked to him, he told me, Jay, he is a spice head.
I could literally eat all of these.
Now,
But it was affecting
one
you.
go.
not at one go.
Not one go, as in like eat them all, but like over the course of a football game, I could probably eat all those.
Look.
Am I sweating, by the way? Because I feel like I'm sweating.
No, you just got.
Your head is just naturally shiny.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got to shine. Both are naturally shiny.
Esatto, stai like parazzobbo.
Did we break the record?
But
the
this is-
caveman record for men saying the word zup?
And it's in English. And it's
know.
in English.
We haven't mentioned the word cock once. It's all been
Vero.
zup.
Yeah, it's fucking
And
embarrassing.
penny,
Il penny.
Penny,
isn't it? Sorry, did I say?
penny.
Penne, like the pasta.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's in Italian. What's in Maltese?
Penny.
What's
It's
same?
penny because
Penny.
we were under Italian influence.
We were under
Sometimes-
Italian penises.
A little too much influence. for my liking. Yeah.
No, but we have a lot of the good stuff from the Italians.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we got the good stuff from the Italians and the bad stuff from the British.
From the Brit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the food. We got the food mentality from the Brits. Unfortunately.
What the fuck is that about? At least, but we have nothing from the French.
You
have
say that.
We have the word
babouche.
babouche.
You know,
Babouche.
And the Godzitans don't shave their pubic hair.
Did we get that from the French?
I think-
Or
Yeah.
the Turkish? Hey.
I think so. But I would like to
Have sex
you
with a
guys-
Gozitan.
No,
I can arrange that.
no.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it right now.
He's married,
Let's
he's
get-
married.
We got someone waiting. This is the
yeah,
surprise
this
that
is
we were
the
waiting for.
surprise.
Hello.
Waiting at the Hili and
Waiting
Jason.
in my fucking French car, which he takes the piss out of all the time.
There are 4 Godzitans ready to receive your penis. Surprise, surprise.
to the musical background of Chin Chin.
Chin chin. Yes, no, this is because I lay into diamant. Into diamant. Nog still Mediterranean.
How could you-
Audacious bis.
How could you fuck with that song? It's impossible. No, I have another special. I talked to you about it
Okay.
with him.
what?
Since he hates fancy beer.
No. I don't hate it. But I like coffee. I like my beer to taste like beer.
It tastes like beer.
Well, this one you did, yes. This one was a bit more.
I like this one.
I like the can, though. The
I
can
like
is
this one.
awesome.
I
Yeah,
like this one
can
so
is-
much. I really think you should sponsor the Multiverse. It's a really good show.
Down 10 cents.
When I drink that at work, they think
Oh,
I'm
no.
having a Red Bull or some energy drink, so it's good.
Okay. Even though it has the fucking word lager on the side of it.
But they won't see it.
You're
They only
calling
see
it
the
a
because
retarded.
what he does
Yeah,
is he
they
puts
are. They are on the spectrum.
everyone's on the spectrum. Everybody's
stable, sure, for
everybody's
sure.
on the spectrum.
For sure.
No, I have set up. We have a special for Cavemen prepared.
Okay.
I'm getting you two
Okay.
To do what?
at Beerhead to have a beer tasting. I'm gonna get you the weirdest beer ever.
Cool, man.
All right.
I
And
love
bring it
that shit.
shit-faced on camera.
I love
Bring
that
it,
shit.
bring it. There's
Let's
some
do
more
it.
there.
When are we going to do this? Hey, we'll do it. We'll do it.
We'll do
It all revolves around you.
About me.
Because you're touring the world. You're
No, not
the
really.
famous
I'm around.
one.
I'm involved in the next bit of my life, so I'm around. I mean,
Good.
I'm not always around. I'll be shooting off there and there.
You might hear him on the radio very soon as well.
Which one though?
Don't worry. None of the.
If any radio station out there wants to get in touch,
Sure, he stopped me.
if any radio station out there is like, hey Steve, we'd really like our ratings to go through the roof. Get in touch, and I can do that. You know when I took over the Drive Time show on XFM. Do you remember how
Yes.
the percentage? You remember the percentage
Yes.
increase?
I don't-
25%
25%
increase on the
it's true.
Drive Time show.
I can.
You can attain to
I
that.
can.
Look at this guy. So
It's yeah.
just saying. So
when he
just
took
saying.
over from someone else.
Yeah. They think we're 20. What?
Oh,
That's
yeah, I
unheard of.
remember.
25%. Well
Just
done.
saying, guys. So, I mean, I'm not going to mention any stations, but like Vibe, get in touch, and we can let's chat. Or anyone actually.
Do
Literally
people
anyone.
listen to radio anymore, though?
People do.
That's a
that.
good question.
Hello, you know what?
Because judging from the latest statistics from local podcasts, I think they're performing quite fucking remarkably well.
Yeah, podcasts
All
are doing
podcasts.
brilliantly.
Well,
but here's the
The
thing:
world over. It's
and
Yes.
podcasts have.
but
exploded.
good radio. Again, this will
I
become
still
a
listen
bit
to
of,
radio,
will
man.
become a bit more of a serious
But-
thing
Not
we're
local
both
radio.
we're both radio people.
Ever since XFM stopped.
No, but
I don't want to sound like a bitch.
forget Malta a little bit for a second. It's stations like in the UK. But in the UK, I was just in Australia. Radio is massive because
And the States.
in
And the
States,
UK.
because they have programs that are really like
Interesting.
people want content.
Yeah.
So for instance,
Anybody
if I
can
wa-
listen to Spotify in
If I
their
want
car.
music, I can get my own playlist with my favorite songs
Sure.
of all time, and I can listen to my favorites.
But you know what the problem with that is?
What?
And this is one of the issues that I have with Spotify. You know what's next. Okay, if you shuffle it, but you know what's on your
You know what's
playlist. You it's expected. There's no surprise.
But-
There's no surprise. But you listen to radio, there's always going to be like around the corner. It's like, oh shit, Phil Collins.
And then you forgot about that song.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You know
but,
what I mean?
But that is only part of it. What you need, though, is the chat between the if you have somebody who is creating dude, podcasts are amazing. The difference with radio is you can have the content of a podcast, but it's also live.
It's live.
So you can
It's
have
real
people,
time.
You can have people also getting in touch
And
at
it's
that
still
point.
the only thing left on this planet now more than ever
That is
that's
free.
fucking free.
Yeah, true.
That is free.
True.
Yes, Spotify is free,
And
but you have to
don't-
pay for it.
Wait,
You have to pay for the full service.
Yeah.
Also, Cavemen is free. So
Yes, Cavemen is
Cavemen
free.
is free.
We're not
Thanks to
bitches.
the sponsors, who should also sponsor the Maltiverse, which is also free and is a great podcast that you guys should get involved in.
I look forward to the beer experience.
yeah, we
Soon.
have to do it. We have to do it.
But
I
yeah,
would love
but
to see you
radio
drunk.
is like. Are we bringing the show to an end? Is that why you're?
No.
No, but radio is like. Like, dude, if you can have proper people love. We used to do something on the radio. I mean, I don't know if I did. One of the things they used to do on the radio was. Yekin singular to tabby. I don't know if I ever did this
With
on
the cars,
XFM.
people in their cars.
So we would get people.
This was a good idea.
We would get people who are single, who are driving and stuck in traffic, to honk their horns, or do something in doing a song. So we'd play a 3-minute song. We'd be like, right, it's a 3-minute song, honk your horns, or hit the top of this. And if you do that, you see someone else doing it. That means they're also single. Uridu yabbu. And we would actually there was a couple of times when we were like, hey, when I do chat, we actually had little chats. Like, lost. So that's the beauty of radio.
Yeah.
Creating
Yeah.
connections with listeners.
Didn't
at that
you
time.
have some? Didn't you have a couple hookups?
We had a couple who could, we had like 2 or 3 times they actually saw each other. One time they actually hooked up. And
Have you ever had a proposal live
we
on
never
your
had
show?
them. No, you did.
Yeah,
You had a
yeah,
It
proposal.
actually helped the spread of gonorrhea.
Yes.
Nothing
You-
can stop the spread
I think
of
I
gonorrhea.
know about your
Like,
proposal.
I know.
I think I
Super
heard that.
gonorrhea, by the way, now.
I know.
It's referred to as...
Yeah.
Yo, you know.
Super gonorrhea. Super gonorrhea.
Yeah, just before the show, he
Thank you, Jay.
injected so much penicillin. I was like, what's wrong with you?
Super gonorrhea.
Super gonorrhea.
No, and once there was a radio host there was a story of a radio host
Oh, here we go.
who used to have so much sex in the studio. People would come to hello in the
Set in
90s.
Malta.
In the 90s,
Yes.
dude, in the 90s, I missed this. I just missed it, Ms. Brish.
Yeah.
But just before, but people I worked with who had been on the radio before that, in the 90s, radio was like.
Oh, it was
Dude,
crazy.
it was rock and roll.
It was rock and
People
roll.
would come to have sex with presenters in the studio in the 90s in Malta on the
Look
radio.
at his face.
Like-
yeah,
like,
it's
he has
true.
no idea.
How
I
many,
got-
how many people have come into your podcast and want to have sex with you?
Well, except
No
us
one.
two. Well, two. Two.
Two? Okay.
Two.
And your wife?
Has she ever been invited onto your podcast?
No, but she doesn't want to have sex with me.
So even if she
I know,
was
I haven't
invited,
had a fucking
even if
love
she
that.
was invited,
Let's ask him why.
yeah, why does she want to have sex with you?
I don't
What's the
know why.
problem?
I don't know what's the problem. I think I'm too horny.
Is she afraid? Is she afraid
We
of?
had this discussion.
We did have
because,
this
what's
discussion.
this
Because I like to send him nudes and stuff, not my nudes. So,
Talmara.
No, we
yes, to pay to watch that. To see.
we share beautiful things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Asses,
so
tits.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Oh.
It's
Do
like
you
I'm
need some
too
help? Do you
horny.
need something? I can help you. I can help with this
Yes.
sort of stuff. I'm quite good at this.
Yeah.
Fucking the priest told me that exact sentence, and my life has never been the same.
Yeah, but
Why don't we invite young Matthew to Naughty Malta Part 3?
yes,
I'm sure that'll be happening
Yes,
one
it will
day.
be happening. It will be happening.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
Matthew is. I mean, it's amazing. I'm so happy that this show is coming out after Naughty Malta because Matt has bought like 17 tickets to Naughty Malta 2. So I'm really happy. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you and
I
your sponsors.
And yeah, so no grazie, no ringraziac. But yeah, so
Not Malta is a quite a nice concept, though.
it's and also it
Because
is.
anonymously, you can say whatever the fuck you
And
want.
people people have sent in like
Okay.
mad confessions.
Since Naughty Malta 2 has happened, and
Yeah.
everybody who wouldn't see it has seen it,
Yeah.
can you reveal something from
the
Naughty
I can-
Malta
I
2?
can-
story. The worst story.
I don't know
the worst,
what worse,
the kinkiest.
but
The kinkiest.
we've had some amazing, like, so I'll mention a couple. So we had one guy who was living in Germany, a gay guy who was living in Germany, and he was really into like sex clubs, etc. And he would use glory holes quite often. And then he moved.
always
and
wanted
then-
to
and then
experience
he
the glory
moved-
hole.
From
he-
which side?
I really laid myself in. I just stepped into that one.
Open goal.
From the standing and inserting side.
Title
All right?
open goal. Rajan.
John the Grajun, huh?
And so somebody told him that Meister Schlock or your Meister Scala. I don't know where.
What?
There was
Meister
a public
Schlock
toilet.
within
There's a public toilet and there's a glory hole. Somebody told him this.
Really?
This is a confession I received. So I don't know. Obviously, I can't verify.
There's
These are
no
what
way to
people-
verify it, but it's a great story.
So this guy was like, I came from Germany. And I was just talking to someone, and they said there's a glory hole in Meister Scala or Meister Schlock. And so I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go check this out. So I went to a public toilet because they said it was in a public toilet. He saw a hole. He's like, wow. And it's so professionally done. He stuck his dick in it. And on the other side, there was 2 workers from the local council who were just trying to fix a pipe.
Oh my God.
The definition of shiz.
Literally. And that was the line that I wrote for the actor on the other side. He's like,
Oh my
shiz.
Holy shit.
So those
man.
were sort of, but we had like last year, so this is the second time we did it. Last year, one of the best stories we had was, we had 2 amazing stories last year. One of them was about this a woman in her 80s who was a widow, and she met a guy who is also in his 80s, and they had a lovely relationship, which is lovely, of course.
Yeah.
And then the guy, for his birthday, she asked him, what do you want? And he said, basically, like, I've got, I mean, I'd like a blowjob. And this 80-year-old woman, wasn't sure what a blowjob was.
Oh.
So she asked her daughter, who was an adult.
These are the type of
It's amazing.
things I watch.
Because she asked her daughter, she said, this ma, confonduta, ash, Darajel, he's so nice to me. And we have so much, it's really nice. I found someone after my husband died, and it's really nice. And he wants this, and I don't know what it is. Can you explain what it is to me? And this is a story that was sent in by the woman's husband. So imagine, so the son-in-law. So this was the greatest moment of his life because he's seeing his wife having to explain to his mother-in-law what a blowjob is, and he thinks this is the funniest thing ever. Of course,
that is funny.
Shit.
So she has to explain what a blowjob is. So obviously that for me becomes a beautiful sketch because then she's trying to explain. Right?
So
all I had was this confession. Then I
must
created
cup the
this.
balls?
Then, exactly, and then we created this whole confession from that. There was that one, and there was another one about a woman in the 90s who she bought a pizza. She
food-related ones. These are the best usually.
So she went on a date with a guy. They went to get a pizza, and then they drove down to somewhere like Popeye Village or so to have sex. The pizza wasn't. There was some problem with the pizza, and she decided that she wanted to give this guy.
This is before anybody knew what gluten intolerance was.
Yeah, exactly. So she decided she wanted to give this guy a bit of a striptease. Takes her clothes off, gets onto the bonnet of the car. Then the pizza does its worst, and she shits on his windscreen. So whilst he's like, wow, holy shit, this is the hottest thing I've ever seen, all of a sudden her asshole opens and she shits onto the windscreen.
Also, in some scenarios, could be the sexiest thing a guy has ever seen. In some respects.
And then he panics.
Depends
It's
what your
funny.
kink
It's
is.
funny. It's not
Is
over.
it your kink?
No, it's not mine.
Sounds like
No,
a
it's not
fucking
mine.
It's not
It's
over. He panics, gets out of the car, hits the handbrake drives down. So the car ends up stuck on the rocks.
Oh my god.
And so they had to
So
get
they
a
had to
tow
call
truck.
RMF, which shit
And-
stained down the windshield.
And they got married.
Oh,
Guys,
hey!
they got married. They ended up together. They got married.
Despite all that.
What a story, dude. So these are the sort of confessions.
Hellfire.
These are the sort of confessions. Yeah, so we've had some awesome confessions.
Was it
too.
the Hellfire Pizza?
That sounds like a hellfire moment.
Yeah,
that's
are
amazing.
Awesome confessions.
That is a great- that's a great
awesome,
confession.
Awesome confessions. So,
cool concept.
it's great. So
It's a cool
people send in
concept.
there, and like I say, they're anonymous. So and we've had people in the show. You realise it's their confession because all of a sudden they're like, you can see them because I'm kind of watching the audience doing the show, and you can just see them going. Somebody's having a conversation. That's us. So
And you could probably watch more than one area of the
I was
audience.
good because of my fucking eye. Yeah, so I see everybody. I see everything. Yeah,
It was very kind of man not to say anything.
What a fucking cunt.
It was bound to come out.
Yeah, it was bound to come
It was
out.
bound to come out.
Just
Yeah.
like my chode.
Is that? Also
Oh my God.
one eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's
So-
the show.
So there you go.
So that's
That's his show.
I love that concept, man. I
Yeah.
love it. And in Malta, I think everyone pretends to be
It's less than it-
nabdoh bit-tissue.
It's less than it was, that. It's less than it was. It's less than it was.
I think so,
Judging
It's
from
less.
TikTok, I am.
Oh, wait, but on TikTok, like, and on social media, you can't really gauge on social media because people on social media, there's people who are in their 70s and 80s. My mum's on social media, so everybody's on social media. So when you do a show, when I do Naughty Malta, I know that some people will hate it. So if people write on social media, what the hell is this shit? It's like, okay, it's fine.
Thank you.
So the thing is, social media is everyone. Into your audience isn't everyone. So, I don't really pay attention to social media that much.
But I think as a culture, we are really promiscuous.
Oh, we are. That's why we have the highest
Yeah.
STD rate in Europe. Well, Malta's got
Per capita?
Malta's got the highest STD rate in Europe.
Concentrated in Hamroon. So,
Well,
And in 2 streets in Hamburg.
just 2 streets. I roll up my windows and turn off the external air when I drive through those streets, just in case.
Just in case. Just in case.
Jesus.
But we're off
fucking
to
Christ.
antibiotics.
It will pass.
Oh, Mela.
It will
Oh,
pass.
Mela. Pull my finger quickly.
None of it.
Whoa!
This is.
And on that note,
Yeah, we should close the show.
Yeah, I
Because,
think we should.
yeah. You have been trying to poach my fucking sponsors.
And
Your
we should
staff?
My staff.
Hey,
Your
interns,
crew, sorry,
come
your
work
crew.
with us.
Yeah.
Come work with us.
Well, don't give me the middle finger, Massive, because I will call immigration right the fuck now.
he won't.
And
We
Anyway.
will never call immigration. We don't even have any credit on our phones. We can't.
please follow us on our Spotify account, YouTube, Amazon,
I mean,
Apple.
the show
we're
is from
everywhere.
Cyprus. The show is launched is
Yeah,
based
yeah.
in Cyprus somehow.
A
so
shady basement with servers, so the broadcasting authority
they
can't really
can't.
get
They
to
can't
us.
get
Can't
it.
touch
They
us.
can't touch it.
Yeah. But it's been great having you on the show.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
On the next one, we will get fucking pissed.
Okay.
Tight.
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
So this was just an amuse bouche.
Yeah.
Was
This
it?
The appetizer. The
That's the
appetizer.
nickname for my
Love it.
penis.
The glory hole penis. The glory hole from Marsa
The
Schlock.
glory hole from Marsa Schlock. That
Nice.
should be my wrestling name.
Thank you guys. We'll see you again. And
See
thank
ya.
you to Beerhead.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.